Chair recognizes the gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Sobolewski, your experience is one that is a fear that many people walk around with daily and hope that they will not have to be the actual victim. And so I appreciate you coming and sharing your harrowing experience. And I'm sorry that that happened to you, and that the person who did that was insufficiently punished. And Mr. Jablonski, same sentiment for you. I thought about what I would do if I had been in the restaurant, just me and you and that guy, and what I would have done. Would I have come to your assistance? Would I have been as brave as your little son to stand there? You know, he couldn't do anything. I wondered what I would do in that situation. But I'm glad that you made it out of there okay, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And Ms. Richards, public safety employee, I'm very sorry that you don't feel safe doing your job, which is to help people. Very sorry about that. Detective Pemberton, thank you for your service. I understand that law enforcement is a difficult occupation, and a lot of people decide to leave a lower-paying police department, such as Washington, D.C., and go to one, after they get the training and some experience, go to another department where the stress levels are less and the pay is greater. So I'm not sure that I agree with the inference that what the civilian authority has enacted would cause a significant number of law enforcement officers to just resign and turn in their badge and do away with law enforcement. I just don't know if that is the way we should be thinking about things. But Mr. Apt, you are the founding director of the Center for the Study and Practice of Violence Reduction, and an associate research professor and senior fellow at the Council on Criminal Justice. So you've studied these issues. From your research, what are the specific drivers of violence at the macro and the micro level? And what has your research shown about how evidence-based prevention and intervention strategies can work alongside law enforcement strategies to reduce violent crime?
Sure. I think at the broadest macro level, I think that it's a combination of the factors that are pushing people towards crime and the factors that are pushing people against. So broadly speaking, factors like concentrated poverty push people towards crime. And then the society's response to those crimes is important as well. And so thinking broadly about those is important. On the micro level, I think the evidence shows that what's most likely, what's the strongest predictor of violence is previous violent behavior and previous exposure to violence. And so that's something that I think we can all agree that we need to focus on and take very seriously.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Apaya, do you have anything to add to that?
Sure. One of the things that we believe in the district is we need to address both what is acutely happening through enforcement or otherwise, but also root causes, which is why the district's the mayor has invested $100 million this year in affordable housing, an additional $18 million in access to mental health, untold amounts in recreation programs for young people, because I was in the juvenile justice system in this district working for now 11 years. And so we know interventions with our young people through recreation, through education, through mental health services and supports, those are all also prevention.
Yes, certainly. Things for young people to do after school and during the summer are very important. But I will close by just noting that 21 members of the 21 Republicans, when it came time to award the Congressional Gold Medal to police officers, Capitol Hill police officers, Washington, D.C. police officers who came to the aid of Capitol Hill police officers on January 6th, and 21 Republicans, including my friend, the chair of this very committee, voted to oppose that, has to be something that causes Detective Pemberton a loss of morale and maybe some decisions to resign. And with that, I yield back.
Gentleman's time's expired. You may comment on that if you wish, Mr. Pemberton.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I mean, when we're talking about police response, particularly on that day, I think our members were happy to respond to the call for service.
Thank you so much.
He cut you off. I extended the time for you to answer. Were you able to respond?
I'll just continue, Mr. Chairman. I think that we understand that that's our duty, regardless of whether it's, a call for a stolen bicycle or whether there's a giant riot that occurs anywhere in the city. Our members are going to show up, and we're going to make sure that we bring that situation back under control. And we were happy to be there that day, and we were happy to be able to render that situation safe.
And you deserve a gold medal also.
Thank you, Mr.